leave her nails. Like, what is this?
It's a new year.
You're just acting crazy.
I've never had someone put their bunions on my countertop.
Oh.
Yeah, Karen, get a good view of these here bunions.
You had this plan of you and ink. It backfired on you. And so you said, let me drop ink.
Let me pretend to drop ink.
No contrition. I said what I said.
Exploiting your family, that's what it feels like.
You're a liar. How dare you? We're gonna talk about Miami.
Let's talk about Miami.
There's nothing worse than like a shame spiral, and I feel like you're in one.
They said, you're on the show with Karen. She comes here every single day and she gets drunk.
One of these journalists had messaged me that there had been a person in the car with Karen who fled.
Her boyfriend.
If she goes to jail, how will she do?
Not
Terrible.
well. Like you can't wear your wig.
TJ, what's going on, man?
Eddie actually FaceTimed with TJ to see why he's not here. And TJ said,
What? It is a lie. TJ would never say that.
TJ said that on camera.
Bring Eddie out! Bring Eddie out!
Whoa! What would Karen think about this?
The Real Housewives of Potomac.
Now here's my quick rundown on the reunion looks. First we have, and I have no idea why they put her first since she's a friend of the show, but first we have Miss Pregnant Jacqueline. Excuse me. I love Jacqueline's dress. I don't have anything bad to say about the dress. And thank goodness she redeemed herself on the reunion. Because, baby, when I tell you she looked a hot mess throughout the whole season. My Lord. I want to say, shouts out to her for this dress. This dress has no details on it. But remember, I love simple. Next, we have Miss Hale Giselle. Now, Miss Hale Giselle said, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. I am 55, 56 years old, and I can still show some skin, darling. I'm normally covered up because I was the preacher's wife. But today, my God, I'm going to show my legs and hips and titties. Oh, and she gives cleavage. Looking divine, my darling. That is a perfect picture of what a housewife of Giselle's stature should look like. Bravo, Giselle, bravo. Because I hadn't liked not one of your reunion looks since season 1. Redeem yourself in a nice season, girl. Now, let's get on down to Miss Ashley. Well, now, they all have some variation of white. And Ashley gets it wrong every time. Not because I hate the dress, because I don't hate the dress. I don't like the color. It doesn't really fit with the color scheme. Her color kind of resembles Kay's color. And both of them look a mess. But when I saw Ashley on the trailer and I saw the dress sitting down, she looked fine. So now, while she has this odd, awkward pose, it takes away from the details in the dress for me. Just standing there looking like some kind, like she about to go sit down and take a shit. Now her makeup, hair, everything, that ombre color on her, it looks really nice on her, okay? Or auburnish, a darker color than her natural hair. It looks real pretty on her, and because her wigs are always hooked up. But she looks really nice. And baby, we can't ever go wrong with Miss Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie. Now, Dr. Wendy has that skin glistening, the wig, the hair. The wig, the makeup. The makeup is simple. It looks just very, very natural. The dress, I love the dress. But every time a woman wears a dress that has like that little point on the shoulder, and then the other shoulder without the point. For some reason, that annoys me. I don't know what it is about that. It's just like, to me, shoulders should be even. And it looks like a mismatched shoulder to me. So that makes the dress kind of look disco-ish. But I still love the dress. I still love the looks. But she's not going to be my top one this year. Okay? So, Stacey, the same thing. I love Stacey's dress. I mean, I love the flowers. I love the details. I mean, the details are the flowers, darling. But then she messes it all up with that one shoulder. That mix and match shoulder. Mess up the dress. Oh, I hate when that happens. Because really, if Wendy hadn't had that point on her shoulder, Wendy would have definitely been my best dress. And Kiana, what the hell? She gets it wrong at the reunions, y'all. I mean, she dresses so cute with this, besides that thing with the shoulders. Whew, gives me nightmares. But she gets it wrong at these reunions. This is her second reunion, and I hate the dress. And I hate it because it looks flapper. And for me, you have to be costumey when you look flapper, for me. And I mean, her whole look is 1920s inspired. And then she has that ugly shawl on that comes down around her arms, and it takes away from the dress. It looks like a diaper. I hate it. She's gonna be one of my worst dresses. And then we have Miss Mia Thornton. I don't know what the hell Mia got on. I don't. I can see the details sitting down. Every year, as of late, she has taken her pictures for the reunion sent down. And I have no idea what the details are on this dress. All I can see is some damn feathers. I tried to go to her Instagram to see the full dress. And still she has herself cut off from the head down. So all you can see is, she has herself cut off from the, I would say maybe like the waist down, even on the Instagram pictures. And so all I can see is the upper part of the dress. But from what I can see of the upper part of the dress, I like it. I do like her with the feather shawl. Maybe Kay should have gone with feathers. But let's go on and let me give my best dress in order. My best dress is going to go to a friend of, oh, I forgot about Jazzy. They don't have Jazzy. Why they do Jazzy like that as a friend of the show? Jackie got to go everywhere. Once we found out about that baby mama and after that, I think the last time we saw her was at Karen's Little Mermaid deal. They wrong for that. But anyway, I like Jazzy's dress. The details was nice. I'm glad she had matching sleeves, you know. So I got to put her as my number 3 because even though we're going to have the mismatched shoulders, Wendy and Stacey are still up there for me. But my best dress, again, is going to be Jacqueline. Number 2 is going to be Giselle. Number 3 is going to be a tie. I have my first tie. It's going to be between Jazzy and Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie. My number 4 is Stacey. Number 5 is Ashley. And number 6 is going to be Mia, and dead in last place is going to be Kay. Whoa. Kay, what the hell? I hate everything about this. As beautiful as Kay is, and she's just like, she's a beautiful woman. Even with her braces. Child, don't do like Aaron Curry and keep them braces in your head for 92 years. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So that's going to be my reunion looks. And with that, I'm going to close. But remember, I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video with the trailer. This is going to be at the beginning of the video of the recap. The season finale recap. Hey, everybody. And this is Reality with DVD. How you doing? Child, this is going to be my episode recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. It is almost over. They've had ebbs and flows in this season. More ebbs than flows. However, this particular episode, we got to know a little bit more about Kay, which was very, very interesting, to say the least. So let's get right on into it. So the episode opens up and it's back with Mia's paternity. And Karen just busted out. She's like, G is always, G took the paternity test and you've known for quite some time. And she said, G might have known for quite some time, but I only found out last week. Boy, that skin ain't skinny. I say something about that skin every week. Not tonight, it looks like Wonder Bread. And I don't mean like Storm on. I mean that Wonder Bread news, Wonder Bread. No, I mean like the holes in the Wonder Bread. Back in the day when me and my sister were growing up, all the kids on the street loved Wonder Bread, but we were Sunbeam children. Okay, because we didn't like the holes. Because for some reason, if you ate your meat just right, your lunch meat would suck right through the holes. So that's Mia right now, Wonder Bread. And then with that blonde ass wig. Yes, ma'am. So the only person that seems to be on her side is STACEY. I just don't get why they're messing with Mia. It's just they're not acting like really good friends right now. Say what? Girl, I hate when these new housewives come on the show and act like they hadn't seen the show. Does she know Mia? Mia lies as much as Phaedra. So my top 3 TV liars, I'm gonna put in first place Phaedra Parks, second place Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville, third place Mia. You know why I put Trish before Mia? Because Mia and Trish definitely have the same situation, a husband and a boyfriend. However, the difference is that Mia, she can kind of throw that venom out of those pussy type lips. All right, moving right on. See, I told her she spilled venom out of those pussy lips. We hadn't talked about your life. We hadn't talked about your drunk driving. We hadn't talked about that. You sleeping with everybody in town. What? Girl. Then go and pluck you off the pole, serving lobster and steak. Girl, stop. Nobody can talk about Karen. She has a very distinctive affair. It's one of those affairs where it's really like an arrangement. You have sex with the pool boy. Ashley does her performance. Her mom is there, and her Uncle Lump and Uncle Lump's wife. And Kate Chastain makes a visit. She used to work with Giselle on that pop show. And I've just been trying my best to think of it. I said, Conveyors of Pop. No, that's the production company. And I just cannot think of, is it Pop Soup? Pop Culture? No, it wasn't Pop Culture. So, Pop News. And I said, no, it wasn't Pop News. And I just couldn't think of which pop it was. All I know is I used to love the show, okay? Not because of Giselle and Portia, because I didn't like either one of them at the time. It was Kate Chastain that made the show for me. It's like, and I didn't watch Below Deck, but I loved Kate Chastain on that pop show. Word on the street is that her and Portia got into it, y'all. But I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me. So STACEY is definitely on Mia's side, We're all mothers, that's not very nice to say to another mother. And people need to just be more sensitive to Mia right now. She's going through a very hard time. Whatever. Just to keep it 100 really quickly, I'm not impressed with drag kings. I don't like it. Am I a little biased? Sure. Because drag queens, darling, drag queens, they serve. They serve. But this right here, Ashley looked a mess in my opinion. Big old head up under that little small wig. Oh, BT Dub, I'm gonna give my opinions on their looks. So far, as usual, the Wendy darling is my number one. But I got to look at them again. And I do wish Karen had came to the reunion. If not for anything other than her look. Now, I really do like Jacqueline's dress, and I get into that when I get there. Now, the next thing we have Murder Inc. and his old lady with the blonde wig. And they're talking about G doing the paternity test. He said, well, you know what? G called me and said that he got the results from the paternity test. What? G? Now, I will say that I'm kind of not really sure about that. But then again, we do have a Trish love affair here. So, you know, it's kind of, in a way, I have to admit, shame on me, tap, tap, tap on my hand. I have to admit, I guess because I'm a girl's girl, I kind of like seeing it being the woman in the middle for a change. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. Pretend like you didn't hear I said that. Now, Lil Ink, he got some nerve, don't he? Talking about the husband. So regardless as to what your history is with that gargantuan lady, you never married it. I mean, her. Never married that squash. So all the rights go to the husband. Say if old Mia kicked the bucket tomorrow, they wouldn't even acknowledge you, Murder Inc. She would make all, Murder. G would make all the decisions. So step aside, Clyde. Know your place now. Wow. And the same thing with Latricia and the pink salmon. I try to tell y'all. Just like in my situation, I have a very, very similar situation where I know someone in a black divorce and I was with that person. They were very ill. And we had to call their estranged husband to make the decisions that day. And I was pissed. When I tell you that was hilarious when Whitney said that she put her little rock hard body to you, Ashley. But I don't know if I skipped over this part or not. I'm doing a continuation video, so this pump it up, as my kids say on their little cheer thing. Anyway, I guess I rewinded the video because, honey, you know, remember we watching it together. But anyway, I want to talk about Kay, Greg, Karen, and Giselle. Giselle has a moment with Kay that I absolutely just love, because Kay is crying because she just admitted that Greg does not want her on this show. Are we surprised? That little turd looking motherfucker. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of one of those little Asher characters that would that little Asher character crackhead. Cause this might be Asher. That's one thing about Eddie, baby. Having Eddie gonna be grossed up. You ain't gonna ever see Eddie looking Asher and like a crackhead. But Gregory, and he don't want her on this show. And Giselle said the sweetest thing to her: if you were my daughter, I would say don't ever let any man, because Giselle went through some things with the pastor, honey. She said, don't ever let a man come into your life and dim your life. So she tried to get that same advice to dumb Robin, but it didn't work. So Kay, she's just crying her eyes out. And Kay, if you want to be on this show, it's a certain level where you have to say, well, you know, I can't let this show ruin my relationship. But if you really want to be on this show and you don't really want to miss this opportunity, girl. My thing is, my advice, if you ever run across my videos, and my advice to you is listen to Giselle. And I know, as a former social worker, excuse me, you do have to have a certain amount of decorum, because I used to get my hand tapped all the time for my Facebook posts because that was when I was in the moment of my awakening. And so, well, as I was going through the process of my awakening, I was posting what was on my mind. I had started seeing for religion for what it was. I had started digging deeper into our history. And the thing about Caucasian people is when you dig deep into your history and you find out the truth, like, I mean, the real truth. I mean, about like all these monuments and stuff like that, and why these monuments are in black schools and all these type of things like this. When you really truly find out the truth, and sometimes black people don't want to hear it. I dug up one time about how it was black people that really showed their behinds, their natural behinds, when everybody posted their picture of a black Jesus. It was black people that did that. So when you're in a position like he is, he's probably worried more so about image than anything. And these types of shows can damage you. Especially when you literally have you had a fight with a hairy, scary monster. And so I know, and he may have been a little bit, worried about you. I don't see it. I really more so see selfish reasons why all this is happening to you. But I'm telling you what I know as a former social worker. I know that it's a certain level, because like I said, I used to get my hand tapped all the time. He's like, fuck you. And that's why I'm unemployed to this day. Yeah, well, they got some health issues going on as well. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just agreeing with Jizzy on this. So the next thing we have Stacey, and Stacey is trying to come up with a charity, and that charity is a dog charity where she's gonna have them walk the runway. Girl, once you see the end of this, you probably won't ever want to do this charity again. And Ashley is there, and she's gonna do the Fur Baby charity with her, but she talks to her about the divorce. Girl, you brought this divorce to the show. If you didn't want to hear about people's advice to you from women that's been married to rich men, then you shouldn't bring up your divorce, because nobody on here is better able to explain to you what a divorce from a rich man or a rich Caucasian man is like better than Ashley. You better start listening to her, because if he's telling you that he's gonna make sure Arabella is taken care of, there's nothing but words. Don't tell me things that I already heard, 'cause when I hear you, I hear nothing but words. Yeah, 'cause baby, don't ever get too secure with a rich man. Look at Tyrese over there crying all the time. So we get to know even more about Stacey. She's quite two-faced, Stacey. But, we go down to, is her name Olivia? Anyway, we go down to the old lady spot. I'll come up with a name in a second. The important thing, we go down to her spot, right? And so Giselle tells Stacey that we know you need to let Karen know you coming down here using her people. And hold up. She met her through me. Back up. Give me 50 feet. I know that's right. It's only a certain, and it's amazing to me the certain amount of loyalty that Giselle has to Karen. And it's kind of weird. You had your back and forth with Karen as well, but you up in here telling somebody what they need to do and when to do? Child, tell me she need to pick a side. No, she don't. She really don't. She's new to the show. Karen did bring her to the show, but It is what it is. Karen ain't the boss of her. What the hell? Ain't nobody mom. But Raven and Brandon, I believe that's his name. So they all gang up, and the lady's name is Vivian. They start with O. That's probably why I didn't get it right. And they all side with Karen in this case because, hey, you know, Karen is the queen of Potomac. Bullshit. Each and every one of you that's siding with her in this moment have had an issue with her, but it's STACEY's first season, so they're doing that little hazing thing, and when it's involved, right? When it's time out, you know, I would think you would at least give her a heads up. Damn, I know. Come on, you know. Then Ashley was like, "Well, you could have gave her a heads up, and that's why she's not participating." And then STACEY was like, "Well, I don't need her permission." And another reason why she's not participating is because I didn't stick up for her. But Mia has said some horrendous things about Karen, and I've had her back. But as a mother, I don't think that we should be ganging up on her in that moment. Okay, I can see that. But everything that Mia is going through, she brought it on herself, in my opinion. Okay, let them gang up on her. That's what her ass get. She didn't help Giselle or Karen or Candace last season when the other half of the green-eyed bandits were there. So Giselle's like, "Well, I didn't really think you did charity." "What do you mean I don't do charity?" "But you haven't given a dime to my charity. And I've had the GNA event several times." And then she's like, "Well, I am in the chair. This is going to be an awesome event. This is for fur babies everywhere." "Well, how did you know that I wasn't scared of dogs? I mean, I may have gotten bitten by a dog before." "Did you get bitten by a dog?" "Yes, I did," she said. And then she said, "I may have lied." "Well, we know that you know how to lie. All these men you lied on about paternity and such knots and touching you and making you feel uncomfortable. You another one that should be in jail." So the best black couple on Bravo, Eddie and Wendy. Eddie comes and tells Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie, that she will be going to the White House and speaking to the former United States press secretary. Baby, it was a tweet comparing the blonde and the curly-headed black lady. Y'all, I can't make this stuff up. Dude said, "What an upgrade from what we had just a month ago." I said, "Upgrade." I know you fucking lying, because all you have to do to be qualified to work in the Trump administration is be white and uneducated. Period. Shut him the fuck down. Okay? Now, I keep telling these Caucasic people, we are not what we used to be. And I say that with all due respect to my ancestors, because they thrived, survived, did what they had to do to survive, and strived to do so. However, in 2025, when we have the books to read, written by great black authors like Dr. Francis Chris Wesley, the ISIS paper should always be, hallelujah, your first book of knowledge. Okay? You read the ISIS papers, and then you start reading things by Chancellor, then you start reading things by Dr. Clark, and baby, your mind will be open and you won't ever turn back on the lack of knowledge that they tried to keep from us. We are the people who they didn't want to eat the fruit in the Garden of Eden. Because that fruit simply allowed you to have knowledge. Okay. And that's that on that. Anyway. So she goes on and says she's like, she's so happy, you know, she's going to meet with a black woman, a black female Secretary of State. She's met with Kamala Harris. All the things. Oh my Lord. Hallelujah. To show black excellence on television. Somebody shout out to the people. Okay, and when I see them as a couple, all I see is just beautiful chocolate. Excellence. And that's about that on that. I'm just really proud of Wendy, okay? And that's on everything. So in the next scene, we have a meetup between STACEY and Mia. And Stacey lets her know, she said, well, Giselle seems to think that I should run my information by Karen. Well, you know, Karen is not always honest herself. You know, word on the street is that there was some questions about Raven's paternity. Now, y'all, when I tell y'all that Mia, that should have been addressed by the grand dame. But Ray put that out there when he said, you know, blue eyes running my family. So was it always a blue-eyed demon sitting in the back of Karen's limousine? I always thought that came about, you know, when Ray couldn't get it up and get ready for a real good time. He could no longer blow her mind. Couldn't find her spot to get her hot. Sounds so nasty, get it up. That's what I thought. But apparently, according to Mia, Ray has had problems with Karen spreading her legs most of their marriage. Hot damn. Boom. And Stacey goes on and drops the hammer jammer and says that Karen said that Wendy was completely self-absorbed and only out for herself because Stacey said, y'all gonna back up off of me. I'm about to tell you some truths that you ain't ready for, boo-boo. Yeah, okay. We all know that the friendship that developed between Wendy and Karen was one of convenience on Karen's behalf. Because even though technically Wendy didn't have anyone to film with for those previous 2 seasons, she still had Candace. What she didn't have was Karen riding the fence. So her saying these things is of no surprise to me. But at what time did she say it? What period did she say it? Was it before she developed a real friendship with Wendy? Because I honestly believe that the friendship now, in current time, is a real friendship. Especially on Wendy's behalf. Wendy seems like she's the type of person who is loyal once she says you're her friend. So now, remember earlier in the season, Karen was on Watch What Happens Live, and she just said that, whoa, Stacey's not the loyal friend I thought she was. Well, they did show a scene this season showing Karen saying that Wendy and her self-absorbedness was poaching members from some board. And baby, it goes back to her and Mia said, well, I've only, and Stacey says to Mia, I've only known Wendy to be a good person as I've gotten to know her, good loyal person. And then Mia gives out the go ahead as only Mia can do. Well, everything that she does is going to come to light. So everything that's done in the dark is going to come to light. Yeah, you talking about yourself, ain't you? Anyway, the episode ends on those two coming up with a plan to break it down to Miss Wendy. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. But before I do, come on in, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Now, at the beginning of this video, stay to the end, because at the beginning of this video, I am going to go over the loop story. And I do have a little piece of that trailer for the reunion part 1. Yeah, they said this reunion gonna be 3 parts. I know they fucking lying. Oh, share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. And as I do when I close, I'm gonna chuck them up. Deuces.